think it's a good color.
Is that what you want?
I think so, yeah.
Small even?
Just have to mix it together with it even.
Okay.
My name is Dana Awartani. I have a show on currently now in the museum, and it's a selection of a variety of my works that I've been made over the past 5 years. So I have some textile pieces on show and an installation film piece, as well as a painting and sculpture. So it's quite interesting because it shows all the different techniques that I've worked with and the different mediums as well.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. All right, he's gonna get sand because they don't have it.
Well, this specific piece, the interesting thing is I originally wanted to create an artwork that was going to be destroyed over time. And, you know, living in Saudi, it kind of only made sense for me to work with sand because it was just like readily available everywhere. And also I find it quite therapeutic, this medium, because it does remind me of how the monks, you know, when they make the mandalas, how they work when they create an intricate piece of artwork out of sand and then destroy it. So that there is some connection to it. So it's a form of meditation as well. And another interesting thing is like the pigments I use to dye the sand are all natural pigments because, you know, this kind of idea of sourcing natural materials and working with traditional techniques stems throughout all my work. Like all my paintings use natural pigment, so I wanted to use that in the sand as well. So taking that and grinding the sand with pigment and then creating this installation and then destroying it. Top of it to protect it, but you know, they feel this really deep sense of sadness and remorse, and I'm like, well, that's exactly what you guys are doing, you know, to your culture, but you don't see it. And the title of the artwork I think is really important. Like I picked it from a poem based on this guy called Mahmoud Darwish, who's a really famous Palestinian poet, and his poetry always kind of embodies this essence of loss and nostalgia, but he talks about Palestine, so you know, that inspired me to use some of his poetry for the title of the work. So most of my work is inspired by Arabic and Islamic culture and heritage, and it's kind of looking back at history and taking an art form which is traditionally seen as a craft and reinventing it in a contemporary way. So because the problem is with a lot of craftsmanship nowadays, it's completely dying out because people don't see the need for it anymore, and I find it such a valuable part of our cultural heritage, and I think it's important to kind of take something which is so stuck in time and reinvent it and use it in contemporary art, as well as kind of like finding my own language of expression. So, you know, these are things, motifs and imageries and every stuff I've grown up with and I'm really inspired by and I'm surrounded by, so it's taking that and translating it into my work. And I think another really interesting thing about this is most people see this sort of art form as very decorative. When they look at tile work and woodwork, which is geometric, they only think of it as a form of embellishment in architecture. But actually it's much more profound than that. There's usually a deep philosophical meaning behind everything, symbolism behind the numbers, and that sort of stuff I'm just trying to delve into and also teach people about, not just Westerners, but also Arabs and Muslims themselves, because most of them don't really know about this art.